What's up, everybody? You'll probably hear dogs barking in the background in this video, hopefully not too much, but I got something new that I'm working on to get out on the water, and I want to show it to you right now. All right, here she is, the new vessel. Y'all let me know what you think in the comments, if you've ever had one or if you're gonna get one. This is the Bass Pro Prowler 12 John boat. This is not a pontoon, as a lot of the boats are at Bass Pro, those plastic boats, but this is a plastic John boat, as you can see from the back. No tunes. So I'll do a on the water review soon, but right now I'm just gonna, I gotta measure out some pieces that I'm gonna cut, because what I want is, I don't want to be standing on these ribs. I've watched a few videos about it. Greyson Roberts is a YouTuber, content creator down in Panama City, Florida, and I've watched a few of his videos about it. He's got a lot of tiny boats. I'll put a link to his site in the description, but check him out. He's got a lot of cool videos about all the pros and cons of a whole bunch of these type of boats. But as you can see, the ridges in the bottom, it's not gonna be very comfortable to stand on. I plan on doing quite a bit with this boat. I plan on putting a deck in the front and a deck in the back, but for now I want to make this part flat down here. I'll be running it just with a trolling motor from the back, just for now, probably for, well, maybe for about a year, until I can get the money to get a regular motor to go on the back. Now it can take a 6 horsepower, it's rated for that. I will probably not, most likely not, put a 6 horsepower on the back of this thing. I may go with maybe a 3.5 or something like that. But it's supposed to be a good little boat. He said it's one of his favorites, but for now, before I do the test run with it, I'm just going to put a small area down on the floor that'll be flat. So I'm just going to use some wood. So I'll start off with the old cardboard situation to trace out an area down here, and then I'll put some wood down, just because I want to get it to where it's not so weird, right? So you got the ridges here, but this battery section here is actually higher than the ribbed area underneath it. So I got to figure that out, if I'm going to take it maybe up to the rib, to this part, and just leave this in, or make the rest flat, or I may put an insert in here. I'm not quite sure what I'm going to do yet with it, but that's kind of part of the plan. And then eventually the deck will be up all the way to the top of the seats, and we'll come up to this. I may have it cover all of this. These cup holders, from what I've heard, are no good. You can see how shallow they are. They probably won't hold anything in them anyway, and so we'll redo some of that. Now, as most of you know, I work at Bass Pro part-time, and I was able to get a really good deal on this. So the price on this was $649. I was able to get it for half. So basically for $325, I don't think I can beat this. I couldn't find, there's no way, I don't think I'd be able to find a regular aluminum John boat with the, well, for that price, that's in halfway decent shape, that I wouldn't have to check all the rivets or the welds and all that other kind of stuff. And I really didn't want right now to get a really, well, I do want a regular sized boat, but I don't really have a lot of, I don't have room for it right now. I need to redo some stuff around the whole yard and house before I can really get another boat in here, I think. And so I'm going to get this one prepped and ready. So we'll do a little bit on the front. That bottom space down there, I may end up standing on the seats anyway. I'm not going to put seats in it yet because, like I said, I'm going to do a whole process. I'm sure this will be multiple videos of doing this build, and I'm still doing a little bit of research, but there's quite a bit that I've already done. There's not a lot of videos out with this specific boat. This boat used to be called, well, before Bass Pro got it, I think it's called like an American 12 or something like that. There's other boats that are similar. I'll maybe, you know, throw some up here that are pictures or that are descriptions of what those boats are. Some of those already have like storage compartments built in. This doesn't have that. So I'm gonna have to build all that myself, and that's part of that process of doing my planning and everything else. So let me show you one more thing, and then we'll get started on trying to fix that little front platform area. So I went on Bass Pro's website and pulled up the picture of the boat, just mainly the top. So it's a pretty good overhead shot. There's a little shadow here and there on it, but I printed it off onto some graph paper so I could kind of get an idea of, you know, how well, roughly how big everything is. I'm going to measure everything too, and I've already done some measurements, and you can see I've done some coloration markings and some other things on it of where the deck's going to be, the seats and all that, and center line. It's not exactly straight, it didn't print out 100% straight, but that'll be okay. I'll be measuring everything else anyway, like up in the front and the back, everywhere else. I'm probably going to leave the middle section here open, but I'm going to lay something down on it like I'm going to do in the front, so it'll be a solid, flat, non-ribbed, you know, kind of platform area. One of the concerning parts of this boat that I've heard is that there's no way for drainage to happen. The back has a port. It's got a drain plug here, and it also has a drain plug here. Let's see which one is which. Nope, that's the inside one. This one is supposed to be like inside the hull area, like between the floor and the bottom of the boat, that you can take out and drain just in case somehow water does get in the hull. But this one drains from the boat itself. The problem is that this is the only area that would drain. The rest of this, there's no way that water can run from section to section, as you can see. I mean, they built these little, I didn't notice these at first. Let's see if I can get the shadow out of the way. They built these little indentions here, right here, so that water would drain, but it's only going to drain the water that's in this one ribbed area. So I'm going to check on some things. I may talk to some more people, watch more videos, and see if that's a possibility of drilling through. But again, the problem with that is these ribbed areas, the water would have to get up over the ribbed areas and flow into another one, and you'd have to tip it up enough to where it'd flow back all the way to go all the way back through it. I don't want to install, you know, 3 bilge pumps or anything like that. So I think the option may just be that I may have to seal some things off a little better, and then I don't know exactly what I'm going to do with that. But let's get on this other part. Hopefully this will give you a good enough view of what I'm doing, and hopefully my camera won't fall down. But we're going to get on this. Got the cardboard. Got my Dr. Pepper. Do some measurements first. Just get an idea of kind of the widest point. Hopefully y'all can see where my hands are when I'm pointing. Yep. So the widest points at the bottom, it'll have to go kind of right here. I can't really set anything up here. There's not enough of a ridge where the ribs are here, so it'll have to go kind of down here and kind of fit in. I probably won't notch it or anything like that right now. This is just kind of temporary. So I'm gonna get some measurements of this area, longest point, stuff like that, cut the cardboard out, and if I need to do some taping or some other things, then I'll be able to do that too. Here we go. Oh, I forgot to tell you. Well, it's a 12-foot John boat, and the widest point at the top. So widest point at the top edge, outside to outside, is 46 inches. Now it says this is like a 52 inch, but that's all the way to the rub rails that are on the side, I think. So it's about 46 inches. So inside dimensions at the top are about 43. So once I get the rest of it done inside, like I said, there'll be decking, you know, up higher. So it'll give me up here, it'll give me a deck. Probably go right about to here. So that'll give me a deck of about almost 33 inches wide. So that'll be nice. All right, back to this. I got sidetracked. Let's see, I'm about 28 inches. About 22. I don't think anything harder than that. The white point here should be. We'll cut it 28. Yeah, we'll cut it 28 just to make sure. All right, got the cardboard measured out. Gonna cut it out. Put that on here. Probably cut on the inside of this a little bit. That'll probably be okay. I don't need to cover all this. It's not like I'm going to stand right there. So we're going to move along here because this is taking too long. Turn around a little bit better. I just eyeballed that and it's almost perfect. All right. I think I got it. Right there. You have a little gap here and there. But again, this is temporary, but if it does look good and it works good, I may just, adapt it and leave it in there for a good flat storage piece. If I'm putting, lures, I'm going to put some, eventually I'll have up above here, I'll have a deck and it'll have some hatches in it. And so I'll have some place to store lures and stuff, but I'll probably have a hatch that I can get down in here because eventually I want to put a trolling motor on the front because I didn't mention that. There's a built-in place for a trolling motor on the front, and then you can run the gas-powered engine from the back, but I'm not going to run it from the front to start with, so my battery will be in the back. But eventually, it'd be nice to have a place in the bottom for the actual battery compartment, but we'll work on that at a later time. All right, here we go. Got it cut out. I've laid this other little piece in here just to get a gauge, because I think that if I have something over there on that side, I can lay it all the way across, even over top of where the battery mold out thing is or whatever, and then I may put maybe another board on this side and this side, just get a little more stability, and then I'll probably have to lay some inside the actual battery tray. But let's just set it in and see if I got a good cut. It's a good fit. Turn around right. Close. Looks like I need to clean off this edge here, this corner. So I'll round that off a little here. That may drop it down. I may have to do a little bit there too. All right, let's see. Ooh-wee. Got it. I think I got it. It's good over here. It's not bumping there. So I'm going to put some boards under it. I may have to cut a few, but I think I've got enough of those. Those are just some little cedar fence pickets, basically. Put some there. I'll screw this down into the fence pickets so I can just pick up the whole thing. Plus it'll help stabilize this. This is a pretty thin board. It's close to 1/2 inch. It's a little over 1/4. So it may be like a 3/8 or something like that. And we'll set this in here, and what I might do, I had some old carpet from the old boat project I did. If I've got any of that left, I may just put a little, swatch of it, so to speak, right on there, and just kind of sand down the edges a little bit. I've got some exterior stain I may put on it, but again, this is kind of temporary. But if it works good, I may just leave it as my under platform, whatever you want to call it. Alright guys, here we go. Almost done with this part. We're gonna I need to kind of mark where my support boards are underneath, just so I don't put a screw through the wrong spot. That would not be cool. I'll take a look real quick and see if I got one. Pick it up and take a look. Oh yeah, so that's what the back looks like. Shouldn't be good enough to hold it, that's for sure. I did find some carpet, so I think I may put a little carpet on it. All right, y'all, here we go. Put the carpet on. Like I said, it was old carpet. I didn't have a wide enough piece to go over the whole thing, so I had to kind of, seam it together, but I didn't really do a great seam. But here we go. little long over here. It looks like the carpet part, but I mean, overall, happy with it. Oh, there's a little lip there. I may just fold it under. Let's see if I can do that. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, baby. All right, if it'll stay. Nice. Look at that. I'd say that's a pretty good fit. Hopefully you guys can see that with that shadow on it, but I'm slightly impressed with myself. I'm gonna slide the boat back a little bit so I can come in here and stand on it, just so you guys can kind of get an idea of how it's put together. Well, not put together, but so you get an idea of maybe how sturdy it is. So, because I haven't stood on it yet, we'll try that. Hang on. All right. So this is actually the first time stepping into the boat. I haven't stepped into it since I got it. So let's do that. All right, here we go. It's on the trailer, so. Okay. Well, I mean, the ribs aren't terrible. I mean, if you got shoes on, they're not terrible, but you could trip on it. You could get a toe stuck in it or something, or your heel maybe go backwards if you're like not paying attention or something. But let's go up here and step on the top, the first bench. Huh? Yeah, feels good. Could just fish from here. I need storage though. Ooh, man, that feels good. Oh, that feels good. It kind of dips a hair on this side. See if it does on this side. Just a little bit. But of course my shoes are dirty. Of course the carpet was dirty. Didn't really matter. But look at that, y'all. That's gonna be nice. That's gonna be a nice little temporary platform, which may turn into a regular, like, I may just leave it like that underneath when I put all the I can't concentrate with all the dogs barking. Once I put all the decking on and the hatches and everything, so we'll play it by ear. But it's nice, it fits good, so I mean, you know, it wouldn't hurt to leave it. Now eventually, once I put a battery up front for the trolling motor, then I'm gonna I'll need to take it out or redo it, or just like cut a gap in there and then set the battery, you know, right in there and just leave the rest of it decked, you know. So I could do that. That wouldn't be an issue either. So need a strap for the battery in there. It doesn't have a strap area. The back one does. Let's walk back there. All right. So there's a battery compartment in the back with the strap built into it. And so for now, that's going to be awesome, because that's where I'm going to have the battery. Well, guys, that is it for today. This part of the video is done. Look forward to more. Like I said, the next video with the boat will be on the water. We're going to test it out and see how she does, see how she handles. I'll put the trolling motor on the back. I have ordered another trolling motor. If it's not here in time, then I'll just put my other, oh yeah, my Half-Swing Cayman. I'll put that one on the back. We'll put the, I'll probably just use the lithium for now. I've got another battery that I've purchased, obviously, and it's a lot cheaper. And it's a AGM, so it's heavier quite a bit. So we're going to try it. If I don't like the AGM, then I may just save it until I use the front, because it's going to be rare that I'm going to use both these at the same time. However, down in Florida, in a few months, May is coming. In May, me and David, my buddy David that went a couple years ago with me, we're going to be down in Florida. We're going to be fishing, and we're taking the 12-foot John with us, and it'll be decked out, baby. All right, y'all have a good one, and I'll see you out there on the water.